What a shame. I was convinced the magistrate wouldn't grant bail.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Still, $10,000. Looks like I might have the pleasure of your company for a little longer.
Don't bet on it. Tim's promised to come up with the money.
Ah, yes. The loving husband. That's quite a relationship you've got there. Still, I can't help thinking what the jury's going to make of it. In my experience, juries tend to be quite conservative. Questionable marriages, ex-male whores, lesbian affairs. I don't like your chances of acquittal somehow.
They are not going to convict me. How many times do I have to say it? I'm innocent. You've got to be crazy to think you can put me away purely on the basis of Kay's remarks last night. She was irrational, upset.
Which is why she came in later to compose a sworn statement. As you can see, she's put everything down there in writing. Very sordid little affair.
It's not true.
You became violent, obsessive. You pursued her, but that wasn't enough, was it?
No.
She's scared of you, Zoe. No wonder. You murdered her husband. You were jealous. You didn't want to share her, did you? She belonged to you. You couldn't bear the thought of her going back to his bed. You didn't want to think of him inside of her.
Will you just stop it? He was a maniac, okay?
Maybe. But he didn't deserve to die for it. You were the last one with the pills, Zoe, the ones that killed Roger. Bit upset when he lost the plot? Couldn't sleep?
Yes.
Kay gave them to you, but you kept them, didn't you? So you could kill him. We're not talking manslaughter here. We're talking premeditated murder. You might as well confess. You've got nothing to lose. Look, maybe I can do you a deal. 22 years instead of life. You'll only be pushing 50 when you get out. I'm sure Tim will wait for you.
Will you speak to a lawyer, please?
I'll get a sergeant in here to take a statement.
I'm not confessing to you.
Then I'll have someone take you back to your cell. We can wait for your lawyer. You're going to need one. I just called, that's all. I swear, I didn't know he'd act on it.
I knew it. He who?
Peter Harrington. I heard he was a nice guy. I thought I could trust him.
What exactly did you say?
Just made some inquiries. I was worried about you. Well, I wasn't going to mention any names, but I said Tim was Canadian. He just put it all together. They're listed on the computer data bank.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
I tried to do something right. For you and for them. I thought if I could sort all this out, then they'd be happy, and so would you.
Well, if you really thought that, you're incredibly naive. And if you've turned them in, then you're a hard case. Either way, they're the ones who have to suffer.
We're missing something.
No, I'm not buying into this again. I've already told you there's no hard evidence against Josh.
Then prove it. Let's work by elimination. If it's not Josh, who else has these alliances?
Brett?
Why not? It's possible.
No, I know genuine grief when I see it.
Grief or remorse.
You're way off beam. He's just buried his wife for crying out loud.
So? Look at the connections. He knew every one of the victims.
Well, Cameron was his business partner.
Who ripped him off in business?
That doesn't explain the earlier murders.
Or maybe he was trying to frame Cameron.
What, he murdered Callie to incriminate Cameron? That's a bit of a stretch.
Well, she was found near ecstasy, strangled with a leg rope. Right? Who just happened to stumble across the body? Oh, what a coincidence, Brett Barrett.
What's the connection here?
Maybe he witnessed something.
Okay. Then why kill Georgina?
She's a wealthy woman. I'll be willing to bet a lot of that ends up in his pocket.
No, Brett may be many things, but he's not a murderer.
Dickinson. Oh, positive. Same batch. Oh, great. That's great. Thanks. That was scientific. The blood on the knife matched Georgina's.
And?
And the knife was one of a batch supplied to ecstasy. The same type used to kill Cameron and the same type found in the pool at the agency.
So, it could have been stolen along with all the other stuff before the first murder.
Or Brett would have us think that.
What the hell are you saying? You killed all of them or just Georgina? Either way, it's ridiculous.
Either way, it's possible. And if you can see past the fact that this guy is your mate, maybe you'll see that. Did she leave a message?
No. Heard pass for Gestapo.
Oh, the immigration inspector downstairs with Tim and Zoe getting out the rubber hoses. And don't tell me it's my fault, because I know, all right?
I wasn't going to. I'm not crazy.
Mister, put your life under the microscope. I have to talk to all of us.
Well, what did you expect? Why does Amber want to talk to you?
Well, you keep telling me I should get to know your friends. You know, you're going to have to tell him you knew what Tim and Zoe were up to when they got married.
Maybe he won't ask.
Oh, he'll ask. And you can't lie to him any more than I can. We're officers of the court, Martin. If we start bending the rules, we're no better than the people we arrest.
Oh, what about the rule of looking after your friends?
Well, is that worth your integrity? Or your career, for that matter, if they found out?
Looking good.
Your favourite?
I wasn't talking about food.
You're hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is terrific. Salmon terrine. I love salmon terrine. Oh, magnifico. Martin, you didn't tell me Angela was such a good cook. Oh, well, I'll just leave you two to get on with your cooking process. My notes, I need my notes for tomorrow's show.
You hungry, Josh?
Well, perhaps I might get a doggy bag and have it tomorrow. I can see you two are very busy.
Yes, we are.
Oh, but this is great, guys. You know, it reminds me when I was at uni, I used to share a place with Drew and Jan. And
Could we
Helen.
have this
Helen used to keep
conversation
watch.
another time?
Oh, yeah. Okay, of course. I don't want to disturb the maid.
Oh, I was hoping I'd find you here. It's a crisis. You can pour me a drink.
That doesn't.
Martin?
We'll leave these fine folks temporarily.
Martin, where are you taking me? Janelle's found 2 boat owners willing to place Tim on the marina late yesterday afternoon.
Satisfied?
He's got an alibi.
Well, that's about the only positive step to come out of today. Who am I kidding? We're losing ground. Cameron's agenda is unpredictable. And we're standing around with body bags waiting for him to make the next move.
You think I went after Tim and Zoe out of prejudice, don't you?
You tell me.
It's true. But not the way you think. I'm prejudiced against the whole damn drive. I mean, people on networks so tight, it's like a Persian rug. And you're just patched right in the middle there.
Yeah, I can't help where I live or who I care for.
You have to go in there, Martin. You might not like what you find.
I'm hunting Cameron.
Time out.
Let's get back to it.
Come out, come out, come out. Come out, come out, come out. Come out, come out, come out. Come out and play.
Hi, me again. I just thought I'd pop back before the show starts to tell you about ours. It's called Mystique, and it's described here as a mesmerizing night of illusion and dance. Well, I've seen it, and it's great, especially when the guy's head comes away from his body. Of course, it's only an illusion. So after this show, come out and see ours. Bye. Oh, dear.
Come out, come out, come out. Come out and play.
They said it would be a long road to success, but now I'm plunging into the dead-ass end of the world. Bruce, he says, clinch this concerto and you have more notes in your wallet than Rachmaninoff's number 3. Fail, you'll be treble cleft. Out of a career.
Stop the car, Susie.
The future of the network was on my platter. Drive on, driver. Find the biggest cliff you can. And don't brake till you hit the bottom.
His lightest touch with his fingers, rev on the pedals, and his face simply oozes passion.
That's it.
32-year career killed in Camel Creek.
Bruce, just shut up for a second. Tonight, there will be a concerto.
But I'm trashed.
Listen.
Ellie, you bloody beauty. I'll phone Jeffrey. I'm set for life. I've created a classic genius.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cable Classics TV is proud to present David Forgotts. It's brilliant! How did you think of it?
That's why they call me Barry and Bruce, mate.
I'm semi-quavering in the pants.
Hey, Ali. Fetch us a couple of beers, would you, love? I've really outshined myself this time.
Excuse me.
I'm fucked.
No. Outshined.
Should I bring him down? Should I scream and shout? Should I speak of love? Let my feelings out. I never thought I'd come to this. What's it all about? Yet, if he said he loved me, I'd be lost, I'd be frightened, I couldn't cope, I just couldn't